Most people on the manifestation path are looking for new techniques, better affirmations, and more potent rituals to help them create the life they desire. But what if the obstacle wasn't your practice, your belief, or your method? What if the real sabotage is your addiction to the frequency of struggle? This is not about blame or shame, it's about facing the uncomfortable spiritual truth. Because this may be the reason why, no matter how much you meditate, journal, visualize, or declare abundance, your life seems to echo struggle in its many forms. Could it be that while your conscious mind is busy trying to manifest success, your subconscious mind, the one with charged and therefore easily manifested desires, is loyal to what it emotionally knows, and that may be your love of the idea of struggle before success? Let us explore this frequency, not from a place of judgment, but from compassionate clarity. And by the end of this video, you will learn 5 life-changing things. First, you will learn why the frequency of struggle, just like all other frequencies, is not a woo-woo signal, but is a habit you keep going back to. Next, why, contrary to how you may have been raised, struggle is not a noble addiction to acquire. Thirdly, the scientifically proven relationship between struggles like poverty, addiction, and spiritual self-sabotage, and how you unknowingly make yourself a perpetual underdog in life's battles. Fourth, the price you are paying daily for this addiction. And fifth, how to normalize divinely ordained ease as your default mode. My assumption is that you have taken our frequency level self-assessment before now. Otherwise, this video may not benefit you as much as intended. This message will make much more impact after you have taken that self-assessment test. Find the link above and in the description. That, dear friend, is the honest truth, and I must say it as it is. So kindly take that test now. A frequency is a vibration maintained over time. Like a radio station that plays the same genre over and over, your internal state broadcasts a frequency based on your dominant emotional experiences. What you've experienced intensely and consistently becomes the template for what you expect, attract, and recreate. Your nervous system stabilizes around it, your subconscious memorizes it, and soon what was once survival becomes familiar. For what is familiar becomes addictive. What is addictive becomes repetitive. And what is repetitive eventually becomes substantive. Take note of that progression, because this is why people unconsciously seek out pain, conflict, chaos, or scarcity, even when consciously they claim to want peace and prosperity. Enhanced by the popular movie culture, we live in a world that worships the underdog and loves redemption arcs. We idolize those who worked the hardest or went through hell to get what they want. This video is not to demonize effort, no. It is to separate it from struggle and suffering as a means to any achievement. While effort is a skillful alignment, struggle and suffering are more like blindly banging one's head against the wall. The sad thing is that the majority still think that way, and still sail their boats against the wind's current. We think the more we suffer, the more worthy we are of the reward. But the universe doesn't reward that kind of aimless effort. That's not how it's built. It rewards and mirrors effort backed by a special kind of energy. It amply rewards the expense of energy that is linked to alignment and ease, more than that linked to blind struggle. Suffering before we eat or have basic ease was the result of an allegorical curse, a prison that the misuse of free will imposed on us, and one that the same proper use of free will can now spring us free from. If your energetic signature is one of struggle, challenge, and lack, then that's what continues to be reflected back to you. Not because you're failing, but because you're loyal to the frequency you know. In that frequency, ease, joy, and grace feel unsafe, foreign, and even a little boring. It's almost like something you didn't earn, and so you feel guilty receiving. So let's go a bit further and examine the concept of the emotional chemistry behind addiction to struggle. Let's talk about the brain's role in spiritual self-sabotage and the maintenance of the struggle state. In the last few minutes, we've established a secret that a lot of spiritually inclined folks tend to overlook, that you are actually addicted to your emotional state. But is there scientific backing for this? Yes, indeed there is. There is concrete chemical evidence of such an addiction. Your body gets flooded with hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, or even dopamine when you face drama, hardship, or chaos. This creates emotional loops that your body starts to crave, much like a drug. In that state, you become so addicted to failure that even when opportunity knocks, even when love approaches, even when money begins to flow, your body and subconscious can go into withdrawal if those things aren't paired with stress, tension, or struggle. This is why spiritually underdeveloped people unconsciously pick fights in good relationships, lose momentum in promising projects, or procrastinate right when the breakthrough is close. They just don't feel safe in easy success, and they don't trust peace that doesn't come through struggle because it's unfamiliar. Do you know you may have unknowingly made yourself the underdog of your own story? Why? Well, because you have been absorbing movies, stories, and information from your sources of influence, including religion, to that effect. Because the world claps louder when the underdog wins, you have paired most, if not all, of your life stories with this mental and emotional movie script. But here's the trap in that. If your identity is built on suffering, then you must continue to struggle so your success feels and looks legitimate. You must face resistance so your triumph feels earned, and you must go through hell to feel like heaven is justified, and up until today you may not have realized that this is spiritual self-sabotage dressed up as virtue. What you need to know is that you are not obligated to earn your peace through pain. That is a lie from the collective low-frequency field of humanity, not the higher self. So why do most people stay stuck in loops? The reason is simple. By this subtle but deeply ingrained mind trick that mistakes the spirit of struggle with that of effort, they try to manifest the new, while still chemically bonded to the old. They say affirmations of abundance while still vibrating guilt and undeservedness. They envision love while expecting and bracing for abandonment. They pray for peace while chasing chaos and disruption. The sad reality is that you can't cheat frequency because the universe doesn't hear what you say. It echoes what you feel repeatedly. So what's the true cost of this addiction? What is the price we pay for not realizing and breaking free from this prison? Realizing this is important because this addiction doesn't stay hidden and shows up in every manifestation attempt, and you pay this price daily. You pay by letting opportunities pass you by because you unconsciously delay decisions or downplay your readiness. You pay because money comes in spurts only to vanish due to emotional guilt or unworthiness. You pay because relationships become cycles of highs and lows and harmony feels foreign. In fact, the frequency of struggle materializes chaos across every life domain, and unless you intervene consciously, the pattern becomes prophecy, and you, dear friend, are the prophet of doom in your life. If you have come this far, then you are ready for a new beginning. Just like breaking an addiction to a substance, breaking an addiction to struggle requires awareness, consistency, and a new emotional chemistry. This new you is achieved through 4 simple but potent steps I strongly urge you not to trivialize. Step 1. Invite awareness without judgment. Notice where struggle shows up. Notice where things feel hard by default, and above all, observe all these without shame. Step 2. Practice regular and intentional emotional interruptions. When you feel tension, drama, or guilt creeping in, pause. Don't indulge the story. Breathe, recalibrate, and speak a new narrative. Step 3. Make the concept of safe success practice your new normal. Start associating safety with ease and journal how good it feels to receive without struggle. Practice feeling calm while imagining abundance. Step 4. Embody the new signal in every cell of your being. Do this by asking yourself, what would ease look like in this moment? Then embody that feeling. Do that and let it be enough. Anchor all these physically by repeating, at random times during each day, my nervous system is at peace when I receive. Repetition plus emotion, which charges the thought or affirmation, equals your new programming. When you do these 4 things, you enter the frequency of deserving, that of rewiring the previous restrictive subconscious set point to a higher and liberating one. Contrary to what you have been taught, grown up with, or lived by all these years, ease is not necessarily laziness, grace is not weakness, and alignment is not passivity. They are the highest forms of spiritual intelligence. For God, or divine intelligence in its essence, is all these. Ease, grace, and alignment were parts of the original blueprint. And your soul is not here to suffer its way into wholeness. It is here to remember its wholeness so fully that suffering becomes irrelevant. The more you normalize joy, peace, simplicity, and grace, the faster your reality will rearrange. You are not the underdog, you are not the struggler, and you are not the broken becoming whole. You are the whole remembering its light, the creator shifting timelines with frequency modulations. You are the one who chooses ease and receives deeply and gratefully. If you accept this new narrative, then silently affirm the following and plant them in the temple of your heart. I am done worshiping the grind, I am done earning love through pain, and I am done making struggle my signal and frequency. From this moment on, I receive easefully, live truthfully, and manifest joyfully. Today my frequency has shifted, and so must my world. If you truly want to change your life, then all you need to do is change your signal. All you need to do is heal the addiction to struggle, normalize joy, and anchor ease so the timeline you've been waiting for collapses into this now. That is all you need to do, but that is if you truly desire to, and I sincerely hope you do. If you do not wish to change your frequency and raise your signal, kindly stop blaming God for where you are in life, for ease has always been your birthright. Like and subscribe if you found value in this presentation, and keep on being the earthly ripple of divine love as you remain blessed and renewed on all levels.